So today I'll be doing something different. And yeah, all those talks that you've heard me doing, it's finally time for you guys to know, or at least get a glimpse of what I've been doing. So currently I am delving into a research, and the topic is known as Philosophy's Musings of Life, the Ikizama. Right now, I'm still working on how can I explain this to the general public, but as of now, I honestly lack the ability to properly articulate what I am doing. So the easiest thing for me to do is show you guys on what I've been up to this past few this past few weeks. That is also equivalent to a month. So this is the equation that I've come up with. The summarization, the sum of Ikizama equals to an amplification of Ku- Kuko times Shinma, and also orientation affinity times the power of friendship. This equation is confusing as I have yet to understand what it means because I am in the process of living through this phase. But what's more easier to understand is this, perhaps the diagram itself. And yeah, the inner friction of my compass is my way of living. And right now it's meeting the external force, which is orientation affinity and the power of friendship. And it is surrounded by the energy of the world, which is Kuko, the void. And inside the void, we have Shenma, which is our own external or internal thoughts that we have on our daily basis. So, yeah, this is what I've come up with thus far, and crossing the mark of the halfway checkpoint of my 100 episode arc. This is what I've come up with. Indeed, I've come a long way, and there's so much to explore. Even though I've learned so much, I still feel like I'm still the student that walked into the dojo on the first day. Why is that? Because the more I know, the more I feel like I don't know. And yeah, this whole concept of what I'm doing is mostly revolved around statistics, calculus, and Zen philosophy. And I hold this saying from Noira dearly. Every genius has a price to pay when it comes to being exceptionally good at what they're good at. I'm no genius, and I believe that anyone can do what I've been doing. And for me, the price that I'm paying right now is the solitude of my own thinking and the way that I am living. And honestly, the silence that I've been facing throughout this past month is deafeningly loud. And there are often times I question myself, is this all worth it? And honestly, I've talked about this with my friend Kyle, and I've come to a conclusion that either I just sink myself deeper into the unknown of my own ikizama, or I just go back to the way I was. Frankly speaking, both are hard. Either I suffer from the way I used to be, which was depressing, sorrowful, and lonely, or I suffer daily with my own thoughts, walking on the path that only I am meant to walk on. And so, yeah, the deep blue has indeed taught me a lot of things. Noira, Kyle, Wraith, Knights, and so many more people. Now, this is what true honesty looks like because, yeah, I'm starting to get the bigger picture of what it means to walk honestly. It is heavy, it is foggy, it is endless, but I'll continue walking and paying for the price of my own quote unquote genius. I'm no genius. And let me say that again. I am no genius. I am just walking the path that is meant to be mine, and I am just someone that has delved into my own thoughts long enough for it to come into fruition of what should not make sense, but eventually it will. So, yeah, I am not a philosopher. I am not an athlete. I am not a researcher, and by any means, I'm not a content creator, nor am I a mathematician. I'm just Vinny, and I'm living an honest life.